Oh yeah. Good evening, sinners. Welcome back once again. Do you enjoy smoking cannabis recreationally or medicinally even? But do you worry about losing your job? Well, I have some great news for you. Why don't you take a few puffs of your favorite strains and make yourself comfortable for a few minutes? Yes, check this out. As of January 1st, it's now illegal for most California employers to discriminate against cannabis users or even ask about past cannabis use on job applications. There are now two new laws that increase workplace protection for cannabis users. First, we have Assembly Bill 2188, which includes a major change to how employers can conduct drug tests. Companies are now blocked from using a common drug testing method that detects cannabis months after some use the drug. Instead, employers must use a scientifically valid test, according to the law, that only detects the drug shortly after it's been used. The change means that people who use cannabis recreationally or medicinally, but not in a way that affects them at work, will see greater protections. The updates test should only detect cannabis in a person's system if it was recently used, but not so far back that it will pick up cannabis use from weeks or even months ago. Sounds good. In addition to AB 2188, Senate Bill 700 also specifically forbids employers from using previous cannabis use as a reason for denying a job applicant. Sounds good. It's important to keep in mind that the laws does not protect all workers in the state. It does not apply to people who work in building and construction trades, or anyone working a job that requires a federal background investigation or security clearance. A Los Angeles lawyer who specializes in employment matters said that despite these exemptions, the law should impact most California employers. The new law is already having an effect. Even police applicants in California will no longer be asked if they have ever used cannabis in the past, according to a December notice from California Commission on Peace Officer Standards and Training, which establishes hiring standards for California police officers. The commission said the updates was specifically in response to the recently passed laws. Employers can still test for cannabis prior to hiring and after an employee has been hired, but they must only use scientifically valid tests that measure THC, the most common chemical in cannabis. Historically, most drug tests measure THC metabolites, which are byproducts of cannabis that remain in the blood significantly longer than THC itself. And this is according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Testing for only THC will increase the accuracy of drug testing. Most of the older tests detect the non-psychoactive metabolites, which can stay in a person's system for weeks or months. So a worker can test positive when they're not high or impaired at all. The solution should be simple. Employers who drug test have to use this newer testing technology that just tests for the THC and not the non-psychoactive metabolites. While the new law makes it harder for employers to punish people for using cannabis at home, companies can still ban workers from using cannabis on the job. Employees cannot go to work impaired. The laws does not protect an employee who possesses or uses cannabis on the job, or affect the rights or obligations of an employer to maintain a drug and alcohol-free workplace. Indeed, these new laws sound fairer to the cannabis smoker, with their employment in mind. What do you think, sinners? Good, bad, medium, any thoughts? It seems with these new laws, you're protected from smoking your cannabis as long as you follow the rules and guidelines. And with this new scientifically valid test, its purpose is to show that there was recent cannabis use with the employee and not previous from weeks or months ago. Not bad.